Assalamualaikum and hi there. My name is Nurul Najihah and I am one of the presenter for today's topic. The first presenter shall be Zarith Hawani to talk about transactional, instructional and transformational leadership, while I shall be talking about novice teachers and school management aspects. I am sure that all of you are familiar with the words mentioned, such as leadership and management. But have you ever wondered the correlation between these two words and how to be perhaps a better leader or to possess a good managing skills? Hence, stay tuned with us to find out more.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. My name is Zarith Hawani binti Hussin and I will present the first subtopic, which is leadership and management. In this topic, we will talk about leadership in schools, management in schools, differences between leadership and management in schools, criteria of a good leader, and also leadership approaches. Without wasting our time, let's start with the first point, which is what is leadership? Leadership is the action of leading a group towards a common goal. For example, in school, the principal is considered as a leader who will bring a lot of changes to the school. Leadership focuses on the vision, motivation, the future, and the teams and people in your school. According to Zelensky 1977, leaders are concentrated on change and pursuing new solutions, understanding people's convictions, and ensuring their commitment. A leader needs to be knowledgeable to make sure they will lead their management well and achieving their goals at the end. Next point is management. Let's see what is management and how it is different with leadership. Management is the process of dealing with or controlling people or things. In other words, management helps the leader in solving the issue or problems in schools. Management also provides systems and processes essential to the smooth day-to-day running of the school. According to Zelensky 1977, managers are concentrated on maintaining stability and status quo, performing duties, exercising authority, and achieving established goals. Management will provide everything to the school benefit following with the leader's instruction. But looking at the job requirement, many of us confused about leader and manager, but for sure, not all the managers can be leaders, but all leaders can be managers. Looking at the school as an organization, according to the system, the principal will be a great leader and the chief of administrator of the school, while teachers, parents, alumni, and community members can serve as managers in the management community and participate in the decision making in the school, as both leadership and management are essential for successful school development. To give all of you a better understanding and idea of this topic, let's take a look at the differences between leadership and management. Leaders create and communicate visions and strategies, while managers know how to plan, budget, organize, staff, control, and problem solve. Leaders mostly deal with change. In the other hand, managers deal mostly with the status quo. Leadership deals with the top line and the management is vice versa. They are a bottom line focus. Last but not least, leadership is doing the right things while management is doing things right. If you want to be a successful and well-known leader, you need to have a good leadership criteria. Let's take a look at some good leadership criteria. First thing first, you need to have a strong vibe and always be confident. By doing that, it will show your power and credibility to inspire other people. Next, you need to be a visionary leader. Leaders who have vision considered as an excellent leader because they can think and plan for the future. A leader also needs to be dedicated and show good example to others. Provide support to the school organization, also the main job scope as a leader. They need to be creative and innovative in order to make things right, as well as having a good decision making to settle problems. A good leader must ensure that they will control of emotion. Having an excellent communication skills is a bonus to a leader combined with a good attitude. This thing will make the leader having a clear goals. In conclusion, having a good leader with the establishment of great management will determine the successful of the organization. Now, we take a look on how a leader can make good changes in the organization. Leader needs to apply the following approach to lead people better. There are 5 approaches, which are strategic approach, human asset approach, expertise approach, unbox approach, and change approach. Let's go into details one by one. First, strategic approach is an approach which contains the strategies that leader needs to work with. Leader needs to make sure that they are in the right track in their planning or the things that need to be done. They will plan according to a particular task. Next, human assets approach. This approach is the people or the employee of the organization. Leader needs to believe and focus on these people because without them, the organization cannot do well. Third, expertise approach. A leader needs to have expertise in their area and make sure that knowledge and skill are used properly. A leader also needs to make sure to be expert in their area to promote it to the others. Fourth, unbox approach. A leader needs to think out of the box. It means leader needs to always improve to change for better. Lastly, change approach. A leader needs to be flexible and adaptable to other people as well as open-minded. They always wanted to change to something new and better to make the organization success. In conclusion, John C. Maxwell once said, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." Let's continue with the next subtopic, which is leadership in schools. In this topic, we will talk about 3 types of leadership. First, instructional leadership. Second, transactional leadership. Third, transformational leadership. The first one is instructional leadership. Instructional leadership is generally defined as the management of curriculum and instruction by a school principal. According to the revised 1984, instructional leadership is action that school leader takes or delegates to others to promote growth in student learning. Instructional leadership skills help principals provide support and resource to teachers to enable them to deliver more effective lessons. According to Lashway 2002, the principal must possess certain skills to carry out the task of an instructional leader. First, interpersonal skills. Second, planning skills. Third, instructional observation skills. And the last one, research and evaluation skills. Next, transactional leadership. Transactional leadership emphasizes results, stays within the existing structure of an organization, and measures success to that organization's system of rewards and penalties. It focuses on the basic management process of controlling, organizing, and short-term planning. Transactional leaders are expected to do the following. First, set goals and give specific direction about what they demand from the employee and how they will be rewarded for their efforts. Second, provide productive feedback on performance. Third, focus on increasing the efficiency of established routines and procedures and show concern for following existing rules rather than making changes. Establish and standardize practices that will help the organization become efficient and productive. Last one, respond to deviation from expected outcomes and identify corrective actions to improve performance. Transformational leadership helps the leader to transform the workplace by inspiring team members to create change. The leader encourage, inspire, and motivate employees to create change that overall help to grow and shape the future success of an organization. Transformational leadership helps employees to take authority over decisions within their assigned job. According to Bernard M. Bass, 1980, the transformational leader model inspire follower to first, reach a higher level on the consciousness towards the company's goal. Second, rise above their self-interest for the organization. Third, approach a higher level of needs. Bass suggested that transformational leadership involves 4 different elements known as the 4 I's. The first one is the intellectual stimulation. Transformational leaders not only challenge the status quo, they also encourage creativity among followers. The leader encourages followers to explore new ways of doing things and new opportunity to learn. The second I is the individualized consideration. Transformational leadership also involves offering support and encouragement to individual followers. In order to foster supportive relationship, transformational leaders keep the conversation line open so that followers feel free to share their ideas and leaders can directly share their feedbacks and recognition. The third I is inspirational motivation. Transformational leaders have a clear vision that they are able to articulate to followers. The leaders are also able to help followers experience the same passion and motivation to fulfill the goals. And the last one is idealized influence. The transformational leaders serve as a role model for followers because followers trust and respect the leader. In conclusion, good leadership in schools helps to foster both a positive and motivating culture for staff and a high-quality experience for learners. That's all for my part. Nurul Najihah will continue with another interesting subtopic.
Hi, my name is Najihah, and so we are going to continue with the topic of novice teachers and its challenges. So, before we proceed with this topic, we are going to define what is novice and what is novice teachers. So basically, novice is a person new to an inexperienced in a job or situation, while novice teacher means that a new teacher who had trained and worked in between 1 to 3 years. So they just beginning to develop personality and implement teaching skills that they have learned. Before we go further, let's take a look on the differences between a novice and an experienced teacher. First, in terms of planning, experienced teachers consistently connect curriculum with their goals. Novice teachers have this tendency to focus only on short-term planning. The experts were found to plan for a long-term ideas and were well-versed of the relationship between daily objectives and the overall curriculum. For the novice teachers, they tend to focus more on their upcoming lesson and they will just focus on that one-day class. Second, experienced teachers teach with their gut and trust their teacher voice. They are able to do so spontaneously but in a coherent manner. Meanwhile, novice teachers were found to mentally script each section of their lesson. Novice teachers at times even plan on what way to greet their students, let alone build the interactions throughout lesson. Let's admit that all of us are guilty of doing this. Even during our practicum, perhaps the night before our first real teaching class, we perhaps already memorized a whole script on how to kickstart our class. We have perhaps made up different scenarios in our head of conversation that we anticipated to happen between us and our students. Meanwhile, expert teachers plan more strategies to teach us specific skills and to implement their lesson largely unrehearsed prior to the instructional period. They just talk to what they would like to talk and able to relate it back to the lesson. Next, experienced teachers have eyes in the back of their head. For this part, novice teachers usually will focus all of their attention to only one area of the classroom. It could be because they are nervous, they are trying to recall the script that they have written the night before, or they are focusing only to one group of students that they know will respond to them well. Meanwhile, expert teachers are capable of scanning an entire room simultaneously to better understand how classroom events are unfolding. Let's recall our school days. Do you remember when some of your friends are playing at the back of the class? Suddenly a teacher scolded or reprimanded your friends to stop whatever they were doing without even looking at them properly. And the entire classroom was like, how did she know? She was not even looking at them directly. And so for the last one, novice teachers have not yet mastered their management techniques. Novices mostly will be unaware or in some instances ignore classroom distractions, while the experts are more likely to identify and subsequently solve management problems in the classroom using an external controls. For example, changing student seatings arrangement. So now we are going to continue with issues or challenges faced by the novice teachers. It was found that novice teachers faces challenges in teaching implementation and classroom management and the overall environment of working. This includes administration issues, relation with colleagues, classroom order and relationship with parents too during the first year of entering this profession. Hence, there are three main challenges that novice teachers usually have to face. First, struggling with classroom management. This is the biggest challenge that they have to do. In public agenda survey conducted in 2004, it stated that 95% of teachers believe that the new teachers in particular are unprepared to deal with behavior problems in the classroom setting. Sometimes, one student's behavior could eventually affect the student-teacher's perception towards each other. The struggle is that the novice teachers have to face in order to adapt to the students may get a bit too overwhelming for them. For the next one, it shall be that the novice teachers are burdened by curricular freedom. New teachers usually are quite overwhelmed with the prospect of teaching for real as they lack guidance and resources for lesson or planning, even if they are assigned with a mentor. Although the curricular freedom concept is welcomed by the experienced teachers, the novice may not share the same sentiment. This is due to the novice teachers are yet to possess the past repertoire of lesson or ideas of knowledge of what they are supposed to do in the classroom. Novice teachers are also struggling with coming up with enough lesson ideas and spends up to 10 to 12 hours each day to juggle with lesson planning and other clerical works. For the last one, it's on how novice teachers drowns in an unsupportive environment. The nature of the teaching environment might not be a pleasant experience for everyone. During their early years of teaching, novice teachers frequently experience or report that they face difficult interactions with their colleagues, ranging from benign neglect from the administration to lack of cooperation or even hostility from teachers with more experiences. At times, they could come out as being critical towards the new teachers, possibly because of inferiority caused by the perception that new and young teachers are favored more than the old teachers. So, I'm going to continue with another part in regards to the school management. Hang on, this is the last topic from our group, and I can assure you that it is going to be a quick one. Or so I hope. Then, let's go! So, hi, we meet again. The same person, the same expression. The only thing that differs me from the rest is that I am the last presenter for the last topic for today. So, buckle up. It's about school management issues. So, the first one, in regards to the school management issues, the first issue is about making decisions strategically. The school administration itself is the center of managing and controlling a school body and its activities. Hence, school administrators are responsible to look over the discipline, planning and scheduling for subjects, managing academic affairs, and many more. Thus, it all falls within management responsibility to ensure the strategic decisions are taken for success and also to survive the competition in the long run while meeting the expectations of students, parents, funders and donors of the school. The next one shall be recruiting academic staff. Recruiting capable and qualified teachers to teach to a whole population of students is also another highlighted issue faced by the school management. Unlike in the past, the newer technologies helps to track down the most competent teachers out of the whole pool of application, but still, the competition in the field of education make it seem difficult to have a healthy recruiting procedure. The next one shall be the students' discipline. The third issue is that on how modern day students are raised in a completely different environment or manner from the time where the administrators grew up in. So it's crucial that the school management alongside the teachers tries to understand where students are coming from in each situation. For example, recognizing the recent or currently in trend food, clothing or entertainments among the youngsters as a way to approach them. Next is about the lesser parents' involvement. While we acknowledge the existence of parents that participate in the education of their own children, we need also to acknowledge that there are also parents who does not have enough time to pay attention to their own children's education life. Several factors could contribute to the cause of it, such as busy working schedule or even as simple as believing, hence pushing the responsibility of their own children's academic affair to be managed by the schools. This, in the long run, will create an imbalanced power structure between the school and the parents. Moving on to the next issue is high costs in maintenance and operations. Maintaining a school or any education center is already a huge challenge or responsibility on its own, especially with the high cost of maintenance when adapting new amenities. Hence, they need to be aware of the cost and to only take changes that are necessary and beneficial. There are some cases of administration that cut corners in terms of money spending, like focusing more on useless exterior designs instead of upgrading facilities. In the long run, it could backfire. Hence, the need to be really cautious with it. Next, we shall move to technology. Technology plays a huge role in all the latest trends in the modern society and the field of education is no exception. But not all school administrations have technology as their strong suit, and this will cause some real challenge for them on what and when they should adapt the new technologies to improve performance in school. And last but not least is in terms of designing the 21st century curriculum. Another challenge faced by the school management is in the process of creating school curriculum that is suitable to prepare students for their lives after school by using new technologies, new methods in teaching and learning, and also how to manage the classroom to build up their self-esteem and other values. So, how to improve the situation? After we have identified and narrowed down the whole list, improvements are indeed achievable and necessary. First and foremost, from the aspect of communication and technology, school managements need to find a communication system or skills that makes it easy to communicate on every step towards the path of improving the education experience for students, teachers, and everyone involved. The good communication is possible to happen by having a good control over emotions, behavior, languages when interacting with each other, be it among students, teachers, parents, or administrations. Meanwhile, adding more technological devices in school for teaching and learning helps to improve students' skills and knowledge. Not only that, by upgrading online system for schools, administration, it is the ways for clerical works such as fees payments, course registration, employee forms, teachers' reports, curricular and extracurricular forms and reports, parents' feedback that now can be completed with just a click. Imagine the endless possibilities, and it's hassle-free. The second one is to educate staff. Here we can describe that the management should give the staff opportunity to learn something new by perhaps sending them to some professional development courses. From that, it helps the staff to gain new skills related to management tasks. And we can be assured that by the end of the day, more tasks can be carried out efficiently after they gain new skills. Next is monitoring students. It means that the school management will not only monitor the students in terms of their academic performance, but also in terms of their discipline, co-curriculum involvement, or their behavior and participation in every programs conducted by the school. Teachers can do so by regularly checking on their students and inquire more what kind of supports or needs that they need. And the last one shall be on the aspects of classroom management. So we can encourage students to lead the classroom activity instead, because it helps to make the students feel more invested in their classroom learning by giving them opportunity to share their interests and take charge of their own activities at their own pace. It also promotes a healthy relationship between students and teachers. And effective classroom management starts with making students feel that sense of belonging, which results to them to be more academically engaged and demonstrate positive values and behaviors. So, the conclusion that we can derive from this topic is on how leadership and management in school system is an important aspect that needs to be taken care of properly. Hence, practicing good management qualities gives a good result towards all parties involved, be it from students, teachers, staffs, and parents. And that is all from us. Thank you.